I've gotten back into health and wellness and taking care of my body and relearning what works for me and what doesn't work for me, I do feel that over the course of the last 2-3 months, I have really figured out my non-negotiables when it comes to my wellness journey. These might seem like really simple things or things that you've probably heard a million times, but there is a reason that they continue to be talked about, and there are a reason that they are a fundamental staple in all of our wellness journeys, because even though it seems like such a small habit to start, they truly make a profound difference in the long run. The very first thing, I actually just really implemented this into my life in the last week for my digestion and just overall health, is a half of a lemon with some warm water. And there's so much science to back how good this is for your body. I found this article from Cleveland Clinic that I will leave linked in the description box for you guys. One of them says that it obviously helps aid in your digestion. Lemon has a ton of acid, which is great for breaking down your food and helping your body absorb it. And then it also has a lot of phytonutrients in it, which is great for helping protect your body against disease. This is really interesting as well. Apparently in half of a lemon, you're getting more than 1/6 of your daily vitamin C, which is needed to protect us from cell damage and repair injury. It's also going to provide a potassium boost. It can aid in preventing kidney stones, and I guess that's kind of it. But honestly, that's a lot of really fantastic things to help with your gut and your overall health and functioning. Number 2, 10 minutes, just 10 minutes of sunshine. Just a little bit of sunshine goes a long way. I don't really leave my house all that often. I spend a lot of my days cooped up at home. Having dogs has been so amazing for making sure that I step out of the house. I usually like to take them out for a good little 10-minute walk first thing in the morning when the sun has just come out and there's that morning dew, and it just feels really good. I just feel that there is nothing better than walking in a safe, breezy, warm, sunny environment. Not only is it great for your cardiovascular system, but it's also just great for your mental health. And I think being in the sun, what is the vitamin, baby, that's in the sun? Is it vitamin D? Vitamin D. Yeah. Then you're getting some vitamin D. My goal is typically to get 10,000 steps a day, but realistically, I'm getting anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day. We take the small victories around here. So that's an extra step to that wellness goal. That makes a huge difference, but just get some sun. You'd be surprised how much it does for you. The third thing we're gonna talk about is therapy, and I cannot explain to you how much of a game changer this is. Therapy is such an amazing outlet to have a safe place to discuss the things that you're feeling, work on strategies, and learn about why you react to things the way that you do, and better and healthier coping mechanisms, and just an all-around fantastic way to understand who you are, your generational trauma, and everything else under that umbrella. And that is actually gonna bring me to talk about today's sponsors, and that is gonna be BetterHelp, Better H-E-L-P. I've mentioned BetterHelp a couple of times in the past, and it's actually something that I pretty much refer to all of my friends who are wanting to get into therapy but don't really know quite where to start. I feel like it's the perfect place to catapult yourself into therapy. If you are someone who has been struggling, whether it be difficulty with your sleeping, difficulty in a relationship, maybe you're having some low self-esteem, I want you to know that you are not alone in this feeling. I completely relate. I have so many personal struggles of my own, as I mentioned before. If you're one of those people, BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp actually offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. What I think is great is that you can talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience. There is also a broad range of expertise in the BetterHelp network with more than 20,000 therapists, which in turn can give you access to a therapist that may not be available in your immediate area. You just have to fill out the questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. From there, you then schedule a secure video and phone session, plus you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. If for some reason the therapist that you got matched with doesn't feel like the right suit for you, you can swap your therapist at any time. There are no additional charges for that. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Jazmine. That's gonna be better, HELP.com/Jazmine. And on to point number 4, that is gonna be reading. Just read, whether it's for 10 minutes, for 30 minutes, for 2 hours, for the entire whole damn day. Get a book that interests you, or an Audible book that you can listen to, some sort of reading format, and just ingest some freaking words. I cannot tell you how powerful it is to get completely immersed in a different world when either you're in a very, big mental health threat and you don't really want to be a part of your own reality, or you just want to learn something new and kind of get swept away into a story. I think it's an amazing way to expand your vocabulary. It's an amazing way to really get your creative juices running. And as I said, it's a great way to escape a reality and sort of become immersed in a new world. When I finish a book that I really loved, I find myself mourning and missing the characters after, because that's how integrated I felt in the story. If you could, I would just do a minimum of 30 minutes. Minimum 30 minutes, maybe for my working gals, my moms, 10 minutes. Promise you, once you find the book for you, because I know a lot of people are like, I want to read, but nothing interests me. Once you find the book that interests you and makes you fall in love with reading again, I promise it's going to be so hard to not fall back in love with it. And the fifth one, this is also a newer habit that I started in the last week, but that is cutting out gluten or highly reducing my intake of gluten. Now, I want to make this very clear that I do not have celiac disease. I've never been diagnosed with IBS, although I would not be surprised if I saw a doctor about it, a gastroenterologist, and they told me, hey girl, hey sister, you've got it, okay? You've got some serious gut issues here. I have no diagnosis. I am just simply trying to eliminate foods because I have pictures like this where I get so extraordinarily bloated and fatigued after ingesting gluten or dairy. And so I'm just doing a little bit of an elimination diet, trying to figure out what makes me feel better. And I can tell you right now that in the last week of me cutting out gluten, I am having regular bowel movements. I am exponentially less bloated than what I used to be. My energy levels are up, and I feel good after I eat. I don't feel like lethargic and sick. And I never thought I would have a gluten sensitivity. I just never, it's such an LA thing to be like, oh, is there gluten? And like nobody has the gluten sensitivity. And again, maybe I don't. Maybe it's something else that I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm trying it, and I will say the only thing that has really changed for me diet-wise in the last week has been cutting out gluten or like vastly decreasing the amount. For the most part, I'm avoiding it, and I feel so much better. So much better. So some of the things that it says it can help only if you have a gluten sensitivity. If you don't have a gluten sensitivity, I don't think that there's any legitimate health benefits for you. I think it's the same thing as, any other diet. But if you do have gluten sensitivity, it can obviously help improve your energy levels. It can promote a healthy weight gain. It can help eliminate bloating. It says it can reduce joint pain, reduce the frequency of headaches. It can reduce depression. Researchers found that following a gluten-free diet has a favorable effect on depression symptoms and can help to improve a patient's quality of life. And I've heard so many things around this. I don't know my idea around it too much, but it's an interesting one. And then it can reduce lactose intolerance, improve bone health, improve skin health, and reduce hair loss. Not trying to tell anyone else to cut out gluten, but if you feel that you might have a food sensitivity and if you're getting really painful bloating and indigestion and gassiness and, to a point where it's like, I'm not just regularly bloated after eating. I'm like painfully bloated, like the picture. I definitely would recommend taking a look at gluten or dairy or, how many processed or refined foods that you're eating, and just try to have a healthier diet. Those are going to be my 5 non-negotiable wellness tips that are changing my life, and I really hope that this video helped some of you guys out. If you're still around at this point, I would love to know what your 5 non-negotiable wellness tips are. I could always use some more things to implement into my lifestyle. We're all just trying to get better, slowly but surely. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.